up in New York City. I am Abby Harris, your host today.
What up, what up? Welcome to Beyond the Blockchain. I am your host, Abby Harris. What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Beyond the Blockchain podcast. I am your host, Abby Harris. This week, today's daily updates and topics. We're going to get into a lot of things today, especially with the price going to 42,000. This is something I definitely would like to talk about. I was having a conversation probably about a couple of days ago. The hype of ETFs and Bitcoin and BlackRock and some of the things that is going to transpire during this time. Now, I have certain feelings and certain reasons why this thing is doing what it's doing. So my reasoning for the dumping of Bitcoin is the historic spot of ETFs, right? The approval, what that really did was that sent a strong speculation towards ETF approval. Now, approved doesn't mean it has anything to do with speculation on many aspects of pumping towards 55 after approving, because if that didn't happen, that's just people taking their profits or selling for disappointment. Number two, Bitcoin pumped from the bottom of 15,000 to 49,000 with FOMO. If you don't know what FOMO is fear of missing out. Naturally, due to this might be sell the news events, and maybe many who bought Bitcoin below 20,000 will be happy. Money is moving from Bitcoin to ETH now. People are selling BTC and buying ETH because of the spot. A lot of people believe that ETF spots of ETH is coming, and that's why it haven't really pumped. So they're moving undervalued assets. Positive people are missing. Now here's the positivities. Bitcoin ETF in total did 4.3 billion in value, which is historic for any ETFs. That's first of all. Now Bitcoin is available on all the Wall Street platforms, over trillions of millions of dollars that will flow into the market. But one of my issues about this money flowing into the market is this whole speculation game that they play. Everybody see it. We see how they speculated and they pump and dump. Now, one thing I will say for all those who haven't had any type of trust within ETF, within the Web3 crypto space, guess what? It just got solidified. SEC approved the ETF Bitcoin. Like, how much more you need to be led to the cup of water before you can drink, right? Like, if the SEC is saying it, people have been saying it for the past 12 years because Bitcoin is fairly new. But as we move on and more this thing becomes popular within the Wall Street space, you're going to see a lot of companies allocating money over in the Bitcoin ETFs or just Bitcoins in general. So I can easily see Bitcoin running up to 100,000, especially with now the government on board and it's on everything. My thing is, first of all, this is not financial advice. If you can dollar cost average into Bitcoin, right? Because I have a feeling that they're going to crash it, but they're going to crash it just to correct it. And once they correct it, whatever that next push and that bull run back up to 55,000 or 60,000, it's going to make it there. I really think that the Bitcoin, like, just in general, like, this is in general something that you should look at. I'm just gonna pull up the charts. Look at this. Look at the charts. Look at the charts. Bounce back, parabolic, drop, parabolic. look at this. Look, look, look. All right. SEC statement on hacking of his X account and resulting to fake ETF approval announcements. Look at this. Bitwise. Inflow through data. Yeah, it is a horse race. I ain't gonna lie. It's definitely a horse race. 95 million outflow. Bitwise Bitcoin ETFs, VanEck Bitcoin Trust, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, Fidelity Wise, iShare Bitcoin Trust, Franklin Bitcoin ETFs, ARC 21 Shares Bitcoin ETFs. You see it? Bitwise hauled in 238 million in net assets on the first day. Fidelity received 227 million. Now y'all trying to tell me now, 6 months, 8 months ago it was all speculation, but this is the real deal. So if you're not following what's going on within this Web3 crypto space, I keep telling you, all this information that I'm pulling up is easy for you to get. All you got to do is do your own research. That's all this thing is really about. This is tech talk. I just wanted to do a brief conversation about Bitcoin and ETFs and where is it at now. Yeah. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Moving on to the rest of the news today. It is Saturday, January 13th, and I did go over the CES show yesterday. There's some really dope gadgets. But you know what gadget that I really didn't get a chance to touch upon yesterday? Which was this Apple product. Let's go to it. Oh, boom. I don't know if you gonna get one. I don't know if you gonna get one, but I think I might get one. Apple Vision Pro pre-orders requires Face ID scan with iPhone. Need to have prescriptions and have optical inserts. Okay, $3,500. Okay. Pre-orders January 19th. It drops February 2nd. I don't know, man. $3,400, $3,500. What are you doing? Okay, so what's gonna happen? You put these glasses on. You the first one to get it. Is there gonna be a lot of projects out there that you can actually have fun with? I'm just curious where it's going. I know it's set to go in February. Apple Visions. Don't describe your app experience as augmented reality, virtual reality, VR, extended reality, or mixed reality. The company states the headset itself should be called Apple Pro Vision with these three uppercase words. while Vision OS begins the lowercase v even when it's the first word in the sentence. The term should never be translated or translittered, Apple added. Given that there definitely going to be AR and VR apps built for AR headsets, Apple may want differentiate its own offerings so the consumers don't confound apps for other AR and VR headsets. It's an entirely new program. Here's another one of those expensive gadgets that they're gonna have a frenzy on this week. So I gather that Apple stock is gonna be going crazy. Samsung. I don't know why they want to add Samsung to everything that's going on. We was all talking about this best audio gears for CES. I don't think I looked at audio gear last night. They have a lot of different stuff, but I didn't. Samsung Music Frame. I don't think I really looked at what is the Samsung Music Frame? Space Fit Technology, Calibrate Room, Music Frame, compatible. You see, I'm skim reading, right? Okay. Streaming Sapphire turntable. I don't know how I'm gonna DJ scratch on that one. Samsung. Okay. All right. Look, I'm just gonna scroll through this because how more sophisticated can you get with speakers, other than having them all sync with each other? Solar power speaker. I guess it sits outside. I guess it's good for the weather. I'm telling you, I'm just gonna skip through all of this because speakers, like, really. Okay, keep going. All I need is the boom. That's it. Just give me the boom. I don't need the like boom, boom, boom. Oh, they dropped the price of Apple Watches to $329. Whoop-de-doo. Okay. And iOS 17 coming out. $1 million studio muffin. They found my destiny. I'm just rolling through all the topics to see if there's anything specific that I would like to talk to. I'll talk about snap, sleep, hit, got in the head. Oh man, NVIDIA RTX 4070. You know, a couple of years ago during COVID, right after COVID, I was in the process of trying to build my computer out, and I ran into the issue. I bought almost everything except for the chip. I wanted to get that NVIDIA chip, and I had all the heartache in the world trying to get a NVIDIA chip to where I just scrapped the whole thing, the whole build of my unit. I still got the motherboard, the hard drives, the graphic cards. I got everything. No, I didn't got the graphic cards. The CPUs. I got everything, but I just could not get that NVIDIA card. You know, that was very, very frustrating for me. You know, you do all of this research, looking at all of this stuff, and at the end of the day, what you're looking for is not there because people didn't put bots on it and they quadrupled the price because initially it came out, it was supposed to only be 1,200, and then it went from being 1,200 to like 3,000. The transparent television. Cookie killing. Oh, okay. Let's see. Keep going. You know, what happened to the Solana phone? Starship explosion. Okay. Okay, Elon Musk This even though yesterday's news, Bowl live off a Starship explosion, said SpaceX loaded it with too much fuel. Oh, there was an explosion. After the representatives shared details about the third flight of Starship earlier this week, SpaceX chief Elon Musk reveals why SpaceX stage exploded during this test flight last month. Starlink sits at $2.2 million. Yo, I know Elon Musk's life got to feel like unreal. You actually Darth Vader. He's the actual Darth Vader of our time. What a comparison. Let's keep going. What else is in the news? In the news. In the news. Microsoft AI found a new material to replace Li-ion batteries. What does that mean? This is Tech Talk. Tech Talk. Okay, so they found this new material. So what does that mean? That people in India and Africa are gonna have kids in these mines going after this material, or is this a material that us as investors need to look at and say, hey, we need to buy as much of that material that we can. 32 main candidate materials in AI identify 5,000 predicted stable materials. After screening for functional properties, the pool was further narrowed down to 800 potential candidates. Materials. One new electrolyte. Okay. Here's the funny thing. All of this computing could never be done by a human. Never in a million years, none of this stuff can be done by a human. It had to be like these mathematical equations on how they bring and decide is just the most amazing thing that I've ever seen. Let's see what's trending in Tech Spot. Here we go, them damn chips again. See, here's one of them cards. Let's see. See, look, this is what I'm talking about. They launched this RTX 4080, $4,000. I bet you, and that's January 8th, I bet you go in there, you can't find it at all. I bet you can't find it. Oh, man. Hertz is getting out of the Tesla business. Who would ever have known? Who would ever have known? Rental giant to sell 20,000 EVs to replace them with gas powered. Wrecked EVs are too expensive to repair. Damn, man. Announced plan to sell off a third of its global electronic. So if you're looking for, right now, if you're looking for electric vehicle, Hertz is it. Go find you a Hertz car. You might go find one crash too. 245 million of incremental net depreciation. That is crazy. Because you thought that this thing was gonna turn things around. They pumping the brakes on that EV thing. They don't like Elon Musk got 98% of the market. Now it's happening to set presidents other follow suit. It's hard to say EVs have. Yo, this is a headliner. That is a headliner for real. Word up. We seen that yesterday. Solid state. Of course, who the Cybertruck? For real, guys. That's introduced in realistic range. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. All right, let's see. Microsoft wants to automatically launch its own Copilot AI with some Windows. All right, Instagram founders are shutting down Artifacts, the year-old new app. All right, man. This is what's going on. Let's go to regular news because the tech news is I kind of went through all of this stuff yesterday. If you got a chance to tune in, we talked about a lot of the CES stuff, leaks, some $4,000 binoculars. This is Beyond the Blockchain podcast. I'm your host, Abby Harris. We talk tech talk every week. Today I decided to go on and see what the news of tech news is newsing. What is newsing is snoozing today? Monday I have a special guest rolling out Beyond the Blockchain. I want everybody clap your hands. No, I want everybody to shout out my boy. So these are, okay, let's do this. These are the guests that I've had on Beyond the Blockchain podcast. Julian Logic Gilliam, that is one of the dopest interviews. Some of these interviews are not broadcasted via YouTube. A lot of them you're gonna have to go on Spotify to listen to, because a lot of these interviews happen prior to having the studio built up. So definitely check out Logic. Black Meta Agency, Howard Jean. That was another great interview. He talked about developing SaaS products, training, education, advancement in Web3. Like, there's a lot of great information in that interview. Here's one of my favorites. Petaverse, Susan Cummings. She is the co-founder of Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar Games. So, that was like maybe my first or second interview. Shout out to Pablo. Side hustle. If you're looking for an attorney in the Web3 space, reach out to me. I'll get you the information for Pablo. This is another one. Like I said, a lot of these interviews were great interviews, and they're only audio. But we had a lot of interviews that came through. So if you could get a chance to check them out. Wait a minute, I'm in the wrong space because I didn't get the right. This is the one right here. Oh, shout out to Jason Connector. That was actually the first Beyond the Blockchain interview that we set the tone. And these are all the interviewees. I'm sorry, guys. These are all the interviewees. We have Lou, Alyssa, Omar Henry, Making Bank, I did not drop this interview as of yet. Shout out to Snacks, but it will be coming out before the week is out. Well, once again, these are all audio interviews. There will be some updating. Shout out to Mike Kazan. First of all, shout out to Caitlin. She killed it. Um, Mike Kasdan, I'm sorry. He's another Web3 attorney. Actually, what Mike was at my last day of me hosting Crypto Mondays. We're gonna get into Sheila. We're gonna talk about Sheila a little bit. We're gonna pull that interview up with Andrew. You know, he talks about the Sheila platform, um, music, the digital economy, and like artists. Like we really talk really deep in the Web3 space in tech and music. Israel Wilson, founder of ICGNU. Um, this interview is a very deep interview. I didn't get a chance to release it yet. Once again, this is one of them interviews that I hosted that's only audio, that they're going to, sometimes there's going to be an update to them. This one, Anthony Bush, he's Assistant Vice President of Government Affairs. We talk about the EV market on the EV market and the EV market shares and tapping into the space. Um, that was a very informative interview. Shout out to Fruquan and the FLES. We do it again. But let me skip back because you all seen that was the last interview for last Monday, and this Monday's interview is going to be Terrence Klepp Harding. He talks about manifesting connections. Manifesting is something like you can talk things in. I'm a firm believer in it. If you talk it and you believe it, it will subside to what you believe. And on that note, this is Tech Talk. I am logging out. This is Beyond the Blockchain. Like I said, each and every Monday, 10 a.m. Make sure you check us out. We will be having that interview with Terrence. And I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Peace.